Okay. Okay, is that a muffin song, Dave? Or what is that?
That is a ditty that I thought would be cute to play for a little kid. It said the muffin song.
Why are you thinking of ditties to play little kids, Dave? What's going on here? What?
Because I have friends with kids. And I saw, ooh, this would be fun. Let's play some music for a kid.
All Dave's friends, keep your kids away from Dave, please.
Well, I didn't know it was going to turn into a muffin wanting to die.
Yeah.
It's the muffin song. I thought that would be cute.
Well, you know what? I'll give you this. It was better than the sex song you played last week with like.
Oh, the sex song was funny. You're crazy.
Whatever.
What was it?
Jury was out. Oh, there's like moaning or something in it.
Oh yeah, it was the looper.
Right, yeah.
We wanna fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. That was good, dude. Come on, why you hating, bro?
I don't know. Did you like that, Gil?
I did.
Thank you, Gil.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll get to
Cool.
you later.
We'll get to you. That's enough for me
Yeah.
for now. Well, it is we are episode 99.
99. It's
Welcome, Jankstas.
No, we're not there yet, Muggs.
God damn it, dude.
I know it's a little different. We're recording a little different today, but
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We recorded a little different today, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Jesus, I'm just getting ahead of the schedule. Okay. All right. Well, the muffin song, I liked it. It was fine.
Yeah, I could tell. Man.
Dave.
Mugos. Yes, sir.
Did you have a good week?
I did.
What was good about it?
Beavis and Butt-head.
So there's a new movie out,
Yes.
and it's on Paramount Plus.
Correct.
Tell me, please, review.
Who cares about the movie?
What? Okay.
Don't even bother with the movie.
Okay.
There's new episodes.
Oh, how did I not know this movie? I'm a Beavis and Butt-head fan for many, many years.
There are brand new episodes, Muggs,
Really?
of Beavis and Butt-head.
Do they watch music videos still?
They do. They're watching YouTube and TikTok clips.
Oh, yes.
It is fantastic.
Wow. I have really been in a deep, dark depression for the last 2 months, not knowing that there's new Beavis and Butt-head out. Well, I got to get on that. That's Paramount Plus?
Paramount Plus.
Okay.
That's it, baby.
Cool.
And then on Hulu, I was watching Prey, the Predator movie.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty dope.
Okay, so that's a spinoff on Predator?
It's the prequel to Predator.
Prequel, so...
It's the very first time Predator hits the earth. And by the way, I'm not a Predator fan.
Oh, dude. There's nothing like the 1983 classic. I mean...
87. But...
Like I said, 1987 classic.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Get to the chopper. That's where that's from, right?
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Looks like the CIA has you pushing too many pencils. Remember that one?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But
that's
like I said, I'm not a Predator.
That's the famous when they clap hands and they show their fucking forearms and guns.
The meme?
Yeah, the meme.
That's...
He goes, Arnold Schwarzenegger gets Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
He goes, Dylan, you son of a bitch. Looks like the CIA has you pushing too many pencils.
Both of them are buff? They're
Yes.
that buff? I don't remember Carl Weathers being...
Dude, Apollo, bro.
Apollo wasn't that buff.
Dude, go ahead and look at the movie again. Watch the movie again.
I might
Apollo
have to.
Was ripped in Predator. Carl Weathers was ripped in Predator, dude. Like, killing it. And then when Arnold figures out that, he just used him to, like, I don't know, whatever the reason he used him for. And he's like, you set us up! There you go.
I want to hear a Muggs one-man...
Predator?
Yeah, can you do it real fast? Do you remember the movie where you could do it?
So I could do... Okay, so you have those two scenes, the famous forearm scene...
Because, by the way, the only pictures I see of it are they're animated, right?
I can get, it's animated memes, right? So let's see. I'm gonna pull up the Predator transcript right here. Here we go. Here, famous lines, Predator. So we'll act it out. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
This is a good way to start episode 99.
Okay, here we go. Eight most memorable quotes from Predator. Okay.
Hold on. Let's do.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Beer Mugs One Man Show.
Okay.
Tonight's presentation, the 1987 classic Predator.
So it's funny. Thank you for coming. Thank you for buying a ticket. The 8 most memorable quotes from Predator. The first 2 I've already done. The top 2, which was "Dylan, you son of a bitch," and "What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils."
Look at that. That is the
and
meme.
That's the forearm. And look how big.
Oh my god.
Look how big Carl. I mean, obviously Arnold's bicep is just like makes Apollo.
I need
small.
to make. That's gonna be like the. I'm gonna make a meme out of that.
You better make a meme
with you and me.
So those are 8.
And Gil.
You should 8 and 7. So number 6, you have.
Hold on. Gil, is this entertaining?
Yes.
Good answer, buddy. Thank you for the input.
So the character known as Billy, played by the actor Sonny, I forgot his last name. He's like, "There's something out here waiting for us, and it ain't no man. We're all gonna die." That's number 6.
That makes me want to watch a movie.
And then you got number 5, Arnold. "We're a rescue team, not assassins." Whatever. I didn't think that quote was that good. Number 4, Jesse the Body Ventura says, "I ain't got time to bleed."
Nice.
And then he spits the big, chaw that he's chewing on. And then Arnold, number 3, coming in at, "If it bleeds, we can kill it."
Hey, they say it on the new one.
Awesome. Number 2, the most memorable quote. I mean, every person who hasn't even seen Predator has heard this quote.
It's the one I said, right?
It's the one you said, Dave. What is it?
"Get to the chopper."
Get to the chopper. That's right.
That's pretty good. All right.
And number 1 on the 8 most memorable Predator quotes, according to GameRant.com.
Number 1.
"What the hell are you? What the hell are you?"
That's it?
When he's looking the Predator in the face at the end and he's bleeding. He goes, and I later, this is my grand finale, so here we go. "What the hell are you?" And then the Predator answers,
"What the hell are you?"
The Predator talks?
The Predator talked at the end of Predator, and then after following him saying that, answering his question with a question, answering Dutch's question with the question, he programs his little wrist pack to self-destruct because he's bleeding and he's done because Dutch pretty much defeated him.
Who's Dutch? Arnold?
Yeah. Come on, Dave.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe Arnold died in the...
No.
He wasn't in the sequel, right?
No. Dude.
He wasn't in Predator 2?
No, he wasn't, but he just... it's probably because he didn't get enough money for the sequel. Because they would have put him in. Anyway.
Get to the bank. No?
Anyway, so yeah, and then the Predator blows up, and he has this like evil laugh at the end, and he's like, and he was if you are a Easter egg person, literally that was the laugh of the guy Billy, the Native American looking dude. That was his laugh when Predator killed him. So it was like he just mimicked people, the Predator. That's it. I think I forgot one line. That's my show. That's my show.
Wait, so is this? And this is the movie where Robert Downey Jr. is in blackface, right?
No, Dave.
Oh, God damn
no, let's not start rumors on Robert Downey Jr. being in blackface. I believe he was a stand-in as the Predator. He actually no.
What are you talking about?
No, that's Tropic Thunder. What are you talking about?
Gil got it. Where were
about?
you at?
Okay, I'm sorry. You want to do Tropic Thunder quotes? Do Tropic Thunder quotes.
I don't want to do Tropic Thunder quotes.
No, you know who actually stood in as the Predator in some scenes?
Sylvester Stallone.
Close, almost. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
That is a fact.
Can you imagine like the Predator doing splits? Just like,
dude. Yeah.
He's I break you like I break your friend.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, Chun-Li said that. Damn.
I mean, yeah. What was the? Yeah. Now we're talking about.
I didn't know
Bloodsport.
See, this is what's crazy about Muggs and Gil. I mean, we always do this with Muggs. He knows the most random shit.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, about things like no one cares about.
Muggs, how many times have you seen Predator?
Every time it's on TV. I'll sit through.
It's never on TV though.
It is. It's on AMC all the time.
Really?
It's on AMC all the time. I will sit through the fucking commercials. I have I have the DVD. I have probably downloaded, but if it's on TV and I'm just sitting on the couch or whatever, I will sit through the commercials and watch it every time it's on.
Have you ever masturbated to it?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Especially the forearm scene. I try to get my forearm looking like that.
That's how you get it.
That's how I get it. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I do it. But yeah. So those are the famous quotes. Most of them are. I think I should have. I was trying to find the script because I could have really done. Okay, here we go. We forgot one.
Oh, okay.
Ready?
All right.
Come on, do it, come on, kill me. I'm here, kill me. I'm here, kill me. Come on, kill me. I'm here. Come on, do it now, kill me.
Arnold is in the room. He must be in the house here.
Right? I didn't know you live with Arnold. Yeah, but we forgot the most famous one.
Which one?
Get to the intro.
Hit the ground, we can get the janky poppin', that's a sound. We make your frown, go upside down. It's getting janky, we the greatest pound for pound. What up, Muggs? What up, Dave? What up, Bro? What up, Janksta? What up, Muggs? What up, Dave? What up, Bro? What up, Janksta? It's getting janky, it's getting janky, it's getting janky. I love it when we jank around. It's getting janky. It's getting janky. It's getting janky. I love it when we jank around. Janky Town. Very well played, Dave. Very well played. Get to the intro. The intro is done. This is episode 99 of Janky Town. We're one away from a decade, right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. A century. Jesus. Wow.
By the way, it took me a second to get that, so don't feel bad.
Intentional.
I mean, dude, I have these things. We're gonna get to Gil in a minute because he is a doctor. I sometimes have these like word things where it's like almost like a Freudian slip, but I'll say just the complete wrong thing.
COVID.
It's COVID. COVID fog.
It really is.
I can still blame it on COVID fog.
What do you mean you could still blame it? It is COVID
I
fog.
had the original COVID, not the Omicron, not Section 8.
Well, I mean, since we got a doctor here, I saw a story, Muggs, and it said if you got two different strains, you're more likely to have long-form COVID and higher COVID fog than most people who just have one strain.
What were we talking about again?
Is that true, Gil?
Say it again.
Fuck. This guy had COVID three times.
I had
so
COVID once.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have COVID 1, 2, or 3?
Delta.
Ooh.
If you've had different strains, well, you have more long-term effects.
Yeah, because
makes sense.
Because something about the different variants, it didn't mesh well, and your antibodies don't fight it as effective because it's two different kinds. And like I had the Omicron, which was the weakest one of them all. Which fucking suck it.
That J&J, you survived till very recent, right?
Yeah, till this year. I mean, JJ fucking came through, and even but I already got boosted and shit, and then still got it.
I got 2 Pfizer's, never got a boost, but
you're not boosted, you fuck,
dude. I had the real thing, and then 2 Pfizer's. I think I'm good. Is that right, Gil?
No, you need a booster.
Do I still need a booster?
Yeah, but there's going to be the Omicron variant specific booster coming out next month. So
you can wait for the good stuff.
Wait for the new
stuff.
Yeah.
But
see, that's what I was waiting.
Omicron,
I was waiting for that.
But the Omicron isn't that like gone already? Isn't that like now it's the BA5 or some shit like that, or is that?
I don't know.
We have a doctor here. Ask him. He knows.
What is it? Section 8.
There's so many different types. Yeah, there's a lot of variant strains out there. So yeah.
When will we stop having strains of COVID, Dr. Gill?
It's a good question. Looking to crystal ball. Hopefully soon. Everyone, like most Americans at least, have been vaccinated or been infected. So hopefully soon. But there's a lot of the world that hasn't been vaccinated yet. So if there's still replication, there's still virus being spread, then you can still have new mutations. You can have new variants. So
this is a lighthearted question for Gil. Since we're throwing away all these fucking vaccinations that people aren't using here, why can't we just like drop them off in Africa or whoever these places that need them?
We should. And I think Biden has been trying to ship vaccines to needed countries, but I don't know.
I think you're hoarding them, man, selling them the black market. Actually,
I don't think anybody wants them here.
That's,
Nobody
that's
wants
the
them
worst
here.
drug. I was gonna say that's the
Yeah.
worst drug to be
Nobody
like,
wants
yo, I
it.
got a vaccine for you. Like, get the fuck off, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we've talked about him enough, Dave. Without intro.
Oh yeah, let's introduce who he
intro our
is.
guest for episode 99. First
Wait,
of all,
wait, hold on, Muggs. How can you get a hold of us?
that's what I was going to say. I was
Yeah.
going to get to that.
Okay, thank you.
Many ways to get a hold of us before we intro Dr. Gill. JankyTown69 at gmail.com. We have JankyTown69 Twitter and Instagram, and then the Jank line, 24 hours a day. Operators are hammered. 855 Janky69. Episode 99.
We got a lot of good calls that we're gonna play on episode 100.
We should.
We're gonna keep it 100.
What are we doing for 100, Dave?
Should I be offended that you didn't save me for episode 100, guys?
No, you were supposed to be at episode 98. So
Oh.
yeah,
Ooh,
but then you
okay.
canceled on us.
Then you
so-
you should be offended for.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's okay. Episode
We'll
98 was
figure
really
it out.
good. So don't worry about it.
99.
It is. I
Yeah.
go off. Was that the no? That's
It's the last episode,
Yeah.
Muggs. We just recorded.
We just recorded about elephants.
Yes, that was fucking
Here's
awesome.
the thing. Here's the thing. The man sitting next to us right now is probably one of the coolest, if not most interesting doctor in the world. I mean, you have the most interesting man. This guy might be the most interesting doctor. Not only has he traveled the world, not only is he eaten in every restaurant from North to South Pole of just 5-star caliber, he has a pretty cool house. He has a pretty fucking cool house.
He better. He's a fucking doctor.
And we are hanging out, recording this episode in Dr. Gill's house. Dr. Gill, thank you for having us over.
It's my pleasure. And thank you for coming, guys.
You left off the most fucking important part.
The most important part, how we met him?
No, you fuck.
The most important
Why is he co-hosting?
he is co-hosting because he's the most interesting doctor in the world.
He's also a fly on your head Patreon.
He is a fly on your head
Ah.
patron, as Dave doesn't like to say correctly.
Yes.
He's a fly on your head patron, the ultimate jankster that any jankster could be.
One of the coolest janksters too.
Well, all of our janksters are cool, but I think Gil is the most.
Nah, that one dude and that one girl.
Right. I forgot about them. But he is the
Yeah.
most interesting jankster, the most interesting doctor. We met Gil. Dave and I met Gil on a Kevin and Bean singles party. It was 2016?
2019. It was literally like the last
September
singles party we had.
Was it really 2019?
Yeah.
Met a lot of cool people on that trip. And Gil happened to be one of them. And we ended up having a party till about 5 or 6 a.m. in my hotel room.
No,
if you
was it
recall.
yours? I thought it was
Yes,
Gil's
it was,
room.
Dave, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll never forget.
It was Gil's room. I thought it was Gil's
my
room.
room. It was
It
not
was
my
my room, Dave, at the Planet Hollywood, Dave, overlooking the Bellagio fountains, Dave, because
Did you really? You had a good view? Fuck.
I had a great view.
How the hell did I get a
But
shit
we-
view? I was the fucking producer, and I got, you know what I got?
Oh, well.
Fucking nothing.
2 years ago, Dave. Really? 3 years ago, you're really going to be upset about it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, long story short, we were in our room. We met Gil earlier on the trip because, Gil, did you come over on the shitty bus, literally the shit-filled bus, or did you come over
I was on the good
right.
bus.
Yeah.
The other bus broke down, and we absorbed them
Yeah.
into our bus.
You absorbed-
Yeah, I was
all
on
of
the
us.
shit bus, and we came. Kevin and I were the
literally,
shit
yeah.
bus.
No, Dave, your memory is terrible.
It
You and
fucking
I,
is terrible.
You and I were on the shit bus. Kevin was on the nice luxury.
Oh.
They're not going to put Kevin on the shit bus. Are you kidding me? They put you and me on the shit bus. Yeah, the toilet or whatever had not been cleaned from whatever excursion they had the night before, and there was no air conditioning. So we're driving through the desert on the way to Las Vegas in a no air conditioning shit-filled
bus.
I remember walking out of the bus, and the first thing that hit me in the face was the wall of shit smell. I was like, "What?" I was
True
like,
story, too.
I was like, "How is this possible? How is a company going to rent out a vehicle that smells this awful?" And sure enough, I don't think, you know how you become nose blind to things like after a while. I mean, by hour 3, it was still.
Muggs, by hour 1, you were shit-faced. You were taking shots with anybody who wanted to.
I know.
You were smoking weed with anyone who wanted to.
Dude, I was literally smoking.
You were smoking while doing shots.
I was smoking as many joints as I could to try to cover up the shit smell.
It was pretty bad.
It was not pretty bad. It was the worst.
It was shitty.
It was shitty. So after that bus broke down, then we got absorbed onto Gil and Kevin's bus. And we made it to Vegas, and we all met up at. I remember our first night in. Was that the second year we did it at the Planet Hollywood? Yes,
it was.
We did too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that the time where you said, "Hey, everybody,
what's up, Palms?"
Yeah, welcome to the Palms or whatever.
Yeah. No,
while the Planet Hollywood people are looking at you, going, "Fucking asshole."
And that was the first trip.
That was the first trip, right?
I learned the name of the hotel. But yeah, so we bonded with Gil, and then it happened the last night. We were all in my room till like 5 or 6 a.m.
Fucking.
And we were partying with really cool people. A couple girls in the room.
The teacher and her friends.
And
fucking liars.
Everybody took. Yeah, they lied.
Don't say everybody.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but continue.
I took. Some people took ecstasy.
Oh, really?
Which I was given by.
Oh, not even a narc on people.
My good friend.
Jesus Christ, Muggs.
I'm not going to say their name.
And they live at
DJ Jeremiah Red.
I'm not taking that out.
It was the most powerful ecstasy ever. Rolls Royce. It was a Rolls Royce ecstasy. It had the Rolls Royce logo on it. And when he gave it to me, he's like, dude, only take half.
Okay.
Only take half.
I kind of remember this because I think I was berating you because we had an early flight the next day. Right. And we just went to go see Rufus.
Yes.
DJ.
Yeah.
And,
that's right. And Gil was there.
Yeah, we saw Gil there.
With the girls.
Yeah.
With the girls,
with the ladies, of course, because he's a ladies' man.
Right.
We'll get to that later.
Get to that.
But it's like 2 a.m. and then you take it.
Yeah, dude, I took it 2
a.m. And so we're like, what the fuck? You got to be somewhere in like 4 hours.
It was so stupid because when I took, I guess I've taken it. One of the girls, and I won't say their names, but one of the girls that were hanging out with our whole group and that Gil was hanging out with that night took one.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, if I would have taken one like with her, probably would have been better, right? No. Yeah. By the time mine was kicking in, everybody was leaving my room, and including the girls. And she looks at me. She's like, "Well, it was a pleasure." I was like, "Don't leave, don't leave." I'm peeking, and then I literally, it was like, I'll never forget it. It was like 6 a.m. The sun is rising. I'm like face planted.
Talking to the mic, please.
What do you mean?
You were talking. You're using your hands.
It's fine. It's a unidirectional, Dave. Don't tell me how to mic work, okay? Especially in the middle of my story. God. Anyway, my face was planted up against the window. I was staring at the Bellagio fountain, playing what's the Claire de Lune in my head? The song in Ocean's 11?
I don't know.
Okay. You've seen Ocean's 11, Dave.
Yeah, remotely. Okay.
Great song.
Great song. Thank you, Gil.
How does it go, Gil? No, I asked Gil. We don't need to hear it.
I remember I was trying to learn it on the piano. I wrote a reminder. I never got around to it though.
Okay, Mux, continue, please.
Hold on.
We don't need to hear it. No,
nope.
We do not
now
need
we
to hear
do for my story.
It's gonna get flagged on YouTube.
No, it's not. So, because I'm talking over it. This is Claire de Lune. So anyway, I'm staring at the Bellagio fountain, and I'm realizing, holy shit, this half of Rolls Royce is really now kicking even more. So who do I call? I call my good buddy DJ Jeremiah Red on the phone and proceed to talk his ear off for the next 20 minutes of how beautiful this ecstasy is. I go, Jeremy, this is the most powerful shit I've ever taken. And I'm just looking at the Bellagio fountain. And I just want to let you know it's the most beautiful thing ever. And this is amazing. All right, take care, man. I love you. Bye. So, note to self. When all the girls start taking the ecstasy, take the ecstasy as they're taking it.
That's pretty smart.
God.
Yeah. But that's also, I mean, now it makes a lot of sense.
Tell you what, I didn't get any coffee that night, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what that
I
means.
have no clue.
Coffees for closers, guys. Come on, guys. Coffee.
What's that from? Do you know, Gil?
Look it
Just a
up.
saying, right?
It's just a saying.
Coffees, but coffee is the first thing you drink. That wouldn't be for closers. Makes
I
no
don't know.
sense.
It just sounded cool.
Did you just make that up?
No, I've heard it. Let's look it up. Let's look it up. We're gonna look it up right now.
Come
Coffees
on,
for
man.
closers.
No, let's not. Let's not. But I would say that this makes a lot of sense now because that night, both you guys tried to kill me. It was like some truth or dare. What stupid game were we playing?
I think you just wanted to prove that you could do a handstand.
No, because he had to do it before, and I spotted him, and then I held him his feet straight up.
What are you doing? Handstands?
We were doing some drinking game.
Was it truth or dare?
No, we sound like
Spin
we're
the
in the
bottle.
7th grade.
Was it spin the bottle?
We were doing 7 minutes in heaven in my closet in the Planet Hollywood.
No, we were playing some stupid drinking game, and then like it was like something where like if you didn't do something, you had to dare. I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
But Muggs had to do a handstand, and I was a spotter, and I grabbed his legs, and he did the handstand. I go, that was cool. And then it was my turn. Like I don't know what I had to do. And then I do a handstand, and then Muggs is like, nah, I'm not going to catch you. And then splam, fall right on my fucking shoulder, and I fucked it up.
I think your arm gave out. Maybe for different reasons, like a physics reason, the shoulder muscle couldn't compensate for the mass.
Are you
that
calling me
was
fat,
projected.
Gil?
Not at all. Not at all. It's just a physics thing.
He's calling me fat, Muggs.
No, never.
I mean, and your point?
I'm saying, like, listen, you don't have to state the obvious, but damn.
Listen, Gil and I are skinny. We can make fun of fat people. No, I'm not. No, I'm just kidding. I was fat. I was fat. But
You
Dave,
use it like a past tense, Muggs. I say, you're looking better. Not, you still got
Dave,
to
I'm
do-
200. I lost 30 pounds. Okay, dude.
Oh, damn. That's pretty, that's
Yeah,
pretty
he
solid.
He just poked my stomach for all you Janksters that didn't see.
No, Dave, you blame me, if you recall, after this event.
Yes, I
forever.
do blame you.
Why is it my fault?
Because you encouraged it, and it was your idea, I think, to do the handstand.
so.
And this fucker. Oh yeah, and then what happens when I'm like, oh, I hurt my shoulder. It hurts really bad. Oh, good. There's a doctor in the house. Hey, doctor, can you take a look? And I think all you did was like punch it or something. I was like, fuck, that hurts even more. Thanks, dude. So yeah,
I confirmed it was a shoulder injury.
Thanks.
You guys, on a side note, coffees for closers is from Glengarry Glenn Ross. I can't even say it. Glengarry Glenn Ross.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
It's a movie.
It's a movie.
Okay, that's a
Look
stupid
it up.
saying. Don't ever use that again.
Okay.
But Dr. Gill.
Meth is
so,
for closers.
Meth is for closers, yeah. Ecstasy is for closers, which, you know, not really for you. So we meet Dr. Gill.
Yeah.
And, of course, you know, he's a cool guy, so we become friends. We become Instagram friends and Twitter friends.
And we're
or
Clippers
whatever.
fans.
He's a Clippers fan. Yeah,
Sorry for that.
That's awesome. And then we see this fucker just globetrotting.
Dude, this guy's everywhere, man. Not only is he everywhere in every country, he's got like a trinket from every country he's been to and a souvenir in his house. He has dedicated shrines, which are amazing. He's got a Russian one. He's got Asia.
Muggs, stop
he's
right
got
there.
North America.
Stop right there, Muggs. Gil, how many countries have you been to?
40-something.
Is that like a goal in your life to travel like everywhere across
many
the world?
countries are there?
No. There's like mid 100s or something. There's a lot of dangerous countries. I don't need to go there.
So you're not going to Uzbekistan or?
I want to go to Kazakhstan and those Stan countries. Actually, that's on my very near short list, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude,
so
you could put up a dangerous country wall.
so
in
you've
your
been
house.
to
That'd be
over
sweet.
40 countries.
Yes.
Which country has been your favorite country so far?
Thailand, my most recent country, just a few weeks ago. It's the best. It's got the city in Bangkok. You have like the jungle and elephants in Chiang Mai, and then you have islands, the beach life, like kind of a Hawaii or Caribbean. So you got everything in one country. It's the best.
Let me ask you about that, Gil. The food in these countries.
Yes.
How close do they come to mimicking that cuisine in the States?
It's pretty good. I mean, in Thailand, wherever I went, the food was amazing. And here in LA, we have a Thai town. We have, luckily in LA, we have a lot of immigrants who make awesome, authentic cuisine. So it's pretty close, and but there, like just everywhere you go, it's awesome. So,
in true Janksta fashion, I didn't make an intro for Gil before this, so we had nothing to play that he could hear right now. So what's going to happen is right now I'm going to insert the intro for Gil as we speak, and Gil and all the other Jankstas will hear it when this episode is released.
He once flew to Peking, China, just to try the duck. He's been to 40 countries in 40 minutes. The only Dutch oven he's been a part of is with 2 Dutch models in a Dutch bakery. He once dropped Dave, the King of Mexico, on his shoulder in Las Vegas and didn't give 2 fucks. He is Dr. Gil, the most interesting doctor in the world. I don't normally eat foie gras, but when I do, it's in cotton candy form on a bench in Chernobyl.
Gil, you rode elephants. Did you not listen to the last story?
I did not.
The last episode. You rode an elephant.
No, I didn't.
I saw the picture.
Just on the trunk, briefly.
Oh,
not
just
on
the trunk.
No, yes. Different.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different.
Okay.
They just pick you up real quick, and then they actually drop you into the water kind of as a prank. It was cute. It was very quick. I didn't ride on their spine, which is, I think, is the dangerous part.
I thought we were not supposed to support places that have animals, like have elephants like that, because they whip them right after you're done. Like, you could have lifted them higher.
There are like sanctuaries and there are zoos, and I think there's some like gray areas because they still need tourists. So, and they teach them tricks, but I thought it was more of a sanctuary. At least I thought so, and I don't think we did anything that was really inhumane to the elephants. But I'm not an elephant expert, so I just wanted to feed the elephants from my bedroom, which was like the Instagram picture that I have, and it was amazing. It was, they were beautiful creatures. I was mesmerized. So I love them, and I think they're taking good care of them, as far as I know.
All right. And another thing.
Wow, Gil, that's a sweet elephant tusk you have on display here in your house.
Is that an ivory necklace you're wearing?
That's fantastic.
Another thing I saw on your Instagram, and I thought was just a fable. I thought it was a tall tale. The ping pong show.
Oh, yes.
The ping pong
yes.
In Thailand?
Yeah. So
Yes. Tell me about it. Okay. Is it as people make it out to seem?
I think it's even way better. I heard about it once I watched Hangover 2. I didn't know that existed. And it does. And there's actually kind of a more upscale show, I think, and a more opposite.
So you have, it's for those who don't know,
okay, because
it's like you go to TJ and you hear about the donkey show, and you're like, well,
have you seen that, Dave?
I have not seen a donkey show, no. But what is a ping pong show in Thailand, by the way?
So, spoiler alert, right? So, a Thai woman is sitting down with her kind of legs open, and she proceeds to put one or multiple ping pong balls inside her hoo-ha. I think that's the medical term.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're a doctor.
And then there happened to be this guy, kind of an older guy, who was like Andre Agassi. He had his paddle in his hand, so focused to return serve.
Wow.
And there was like a couple of like little bleacher benches on the sides, and there's like kind of a go-go table with like stripper poles. And so he's like waiting, and I was like, I just walked in. I was like, what is going on? And there were like people on dates watching this. The music was actually really vibey, really energetic. Yeah. All of a sudden, she starts shooting them out like rapid fire, and he's returning serve, hitting them intentionally into the crowd, the bleachers, and everyone is like trying to shield themselves and moaning, and it's just super hilarious. You're laughing, you're dodging.
Is this the high?
This is the nice one. This is
the nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, continue, please.
Yeah. So he's just hitting them all over, trying to hit people with the wet ping pong balls, and everyone's just trying to dodge it, and it's just hilarious and actually super fun. It's like lighthearted. It didn't feel creepy or dirty. I mean, besides the obvious.
Besides the fact of leaving.
Is the lady naked?
Or
is it just?
Yes, she is.
She's completely
naked.
naked.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
and that was the high scale one.
Yes, I don't know what happens at the other one. I've heard.
Oh wait, I thought you went to the
I
other
want
one.
to hear about
No,
the.
no.
Yeah, I was like, okay, now compare it to the low scale.
No.
Now, let me ask you this. For a tip, was there, you could get a private ping pong show? Because it's like, I assume it's like a strip club.
Yes, right, correct. There's like go-go dancers and they're like nude.
Yeah.
Why would you want a private ping?
Yeah,
ping
that's
pong
yeah,
show?
that's
You
my
wanna
question
work on your
too.
serves?
Are you trying to catch in your mouth? Or?
Yeah, well, like,
I don't know what you're doing. What did you do in the
Why do you
private
want a
ping pong
private
show?
one?
There is no. I don't think there is a private
You have a
ping
ping
pong
pong
show.
kink?
Uh-huh. I love ping pong. I'll just swat that shit back in.
I have a ping pong table here. We can.
I'll be like fucking Forrest Gump when he's playing himself, but it'll be the lady on the other side.
You'll be Forrest Gump playing with yourself.
Now, Gil, did you experience any ladyboys?
They are everywhere, and they're very attractive. Arguably, I think some would say the ladyboys are often prettier than the real girls. To be honest,
Nice.
they look like models. Did you say experience? I didn't. I just saw.
Experience. By the way, experience
didn't
doesn't mean have sex with them. I'm just saying, like,
I
did
know
you have?
experiences with the ladyboys, except seeing them around.
You didn't interact with any of them. Like they didn't come and hit on you, or 'cause I'm assuming like I've never been to Thailand, and I had some friends who've gone, and obviously you've been, so that's why we're talking about it. That it's kind of like TJ or the red light district in Amsterdam, where or it's like the movies, right? Like even in The Hangover 2, right? They go and it's a ladyboy. Is it like that? Or
Yeah,
are they soliciting you? Or
there's like a street, and it's like a walking street. So they are trying to get you to go inside to their establishment, and they're outside. Either they want to talk to you. They're trying to convince you to come inside and buy a drink, or if you're in a place, they're going to come up to you and talk to you, just like someone else who's trying to make you buy alcohol, probably. So it's pretty normal. It doesn't feel that weird.
So it's not the lady boys are not a sex thing. It's just
I'm sure it can be. I've saw like other Caucasian older men talking to lady
put this
boys.
on white boys.
Yeah.
Other ethnicities. So I think they cater to some, likings, but yeah, it's pretty normal.
Is prostitution legal in Thailand or sex work?
I think it is. I think it's like regulated, and I think so. I'm not 100%.
Look
sure.
at him smirking. I think it is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to Thailand, Dave.
Yeah, maybe. So that's your trip. It looked beautiful. What's one of the worst countries you've been to?
Wow, one of the worst.
And worst.
countries.
I mean, it could be you had a bad experience, or it was just not what you expected. Because I mean, every country is pretty beautiful. Like that's outside the U.S. Unless
Right.
you, like Singapore, where if you spit, you're gonna go get caned or go to jail.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a bad experience. Bad experience. Yeah, I really make the most out of everything. Let me think about the continents I've been to.
Now just think about Gil like talking like the Animaniacs when they go through all the.
Oh yeah. United States, Panama, Mexico, Canada.
Yeah,
Haiti,
he's
Jamaica,
going
Peru.
through his head. Yeah, but I mean, one country you had to go and be like, oh,
I
this
think
is
like,
it? Huh?
I think like Germany's weird, and like Berlin is actually kind of weird.
How so?
It's when you travel, if the weather's not great, that kind of like biases you.
Overcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
just kind of a
beautiful. That
weird
sounds great.
counterculture.
Haribo's there.
Oh
so.
yeah, there's this famous club called Berghain. I'm probably butchering the name, and it's kind of like a gayish club, but I'm not sure. And so, in order to get in, you have to wear all black and not smile. And there's a really long line, and the bouncer looks at you and just waves you off. And about 95% of the people got waved away and got rejected. And so, me and my friends were trying to get in.
Nice
and we
humiliation clubs.
and they have a dark room there where I think anything goes. That's what I heard. And I heard people stay there for multiple nights in a row, at least 1 or 2 nights in a row. There's like food, and they just like don't leave for the whole weekend there. We never got in. We tried to go back in line later in the night and try to act a little flamboyant and effeminate, and that still didn't get us in. So
Speaking of dark rooms where anything goes, have you been to Amsterdam and the red light district?
I've walked through it a couple times.
And that's a real thing, obviously.
Oh yeah.
There's women in a window.
Yeah.
And And if the red light's on, what does that mean?
I think they're open for business.
Awesome. And if it's off,
I heard you don't have to turn on the red light.
File.
wow.
Wow. What is some of the most wildest things that you have seen in your travels? Like whether it's something crazy or
I have like kind of a dumb story. I think I'm dumb. So
you think you're dumb? You're
yeah.
Well,
I was a poor med student. I was like 23, just had finished first year med school, and I went on this backpacking through Western Europe trip that my friend arranged, and I tagged along. And we did a bunch of different countries, and then we're in Switzerland. We take this tram all the way high up. It's like really cold, and we go up, up, up. We go through this ice cave. We see these like ice statues, and we get to the very top. There's like an scenic point overlook. And then my friend's like pointing to this mountain across over there. And he's like, hey, that's the Matterhorn. And I'm like, the Matterhorn's in Disneyland. What are you talking about?
Nice.
He's like, there's a real Matterhorn. I was like, what real Matterhorn? Disneyland has a real Matterhorn.
Nice.
And it was the Swiss Alps. Matterhorn. I bet there's listeners that are thinking the same way. Matterhorn is based off a real.
No, Gil.
Gosh.
That is, you are a dumb American right there.
Hey, let's put a poll up. I bet there's some people just like me that didn't know.
Yeah, and then Space Mountain was right next to it.
And then he saw Thunder Mountain, the hoodoos of Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, it was great.
You know the hoodoos. You know Thunder Mountain's based off of real.
Oh, is it really?
Right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I'm too busy studying medicine. I don't know about mountains.
Utah, right?
Yes, it's Bryce Canyon.
Yeah.
Which I've been to. It's
Hoodoos.
awesome.
Voodoo, we do.
Yeah, who do we do? Okay, so you listen. You're a dumb American. That's fine. It's fine. This is before you were smart. After,
Cultured.
You know, you were. This is when
We're
you were.
always
That's why you
learning.
were a med student.
True.
Absolutely.
When you're a doctor, you're like in Brazil going crazy and like, oh no, this is Carnival. Like you've been to Carnival, right?
No, that was a New Year's Eve party in Brazil. I've been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, but Carnival actually I haven't been to yet. It's like in February or March.
Hot take: Mardi Gras New Orleans sucks.
No, it's amazing.
No, it sucked.
So you've been?
Yes, terrible.
I think it's awesome.
Why is
Bourbon
it so-
Street is one of the worst places I've ever been.
I've been
in
there
the
multiple
world.
times. It's great.
It smells like piss. Like, dude, no, like legit, it's piss.
It's fun.
They're watering down the fucking street, and you just see piss going. It's a river of piss.
You're
Sucks.
not looking at the bright side of the funness of it and the
What is
beads.
the drink? The beads, dude. You've seen tits before, dude. You don't need to be that hard up for it.
It's one of a kind.
The drinks suck.
The hurricane?
The hurricane's delicious.
They suck. It's
Hand
all
grenade's
sugar.
delicious. Sure, it is.
All sugar.
Sugar's delicious.
It sucks.
No, it's delicious.
Like I said, hot
Well,
take.
what about the beignets, Dave?
Exactly.
Terrible.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been to that one famous spot.
What about Creole, Dave? And
jambalaya.
Oh, jambalaya is pretty
Gumbo.
good.
Okay.
That alligator tails were fantastic.
And there's Oyster
Oysters.
Rockefellers
Oh.
at Acme Oyster House.
Yes, yes.
Unbelievable.
The food is fantastic. Po' boys, everything.
And
I'm saying Bourbon Street, overrated.
um,
You know how people like go to Vegas and go hard because it's Vegas, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Bourbon Street, but it's so compact. And then you make a wrong turn and you get stabbed. Like, bro. And then,
That's anywhere.
But it is cool that in New Orleans you're eating and like, oh, I'll have drinks or whatever. And then they're like, do you would like the drinks to go? Like, yes, I would. Thank you. That was
like
awesome.
Vegas.
But yeah, Bourbon Street is, and the people always fighting. It's like, dude, just chill out. I don't know, maybe.
Well, it's like Dave's never been out in public before, like where people are drinking. I think that's what you sound like right now.
I sound like the get off my lawn.
People are getting in fights, and it smells like piss in the corner, and
Leave me alone, man. Gil. Now let's get to the good stuff.
uh-oh.
Women.
Yeah. Now,
You're a good-looking guy.
oh yeah.
Go ahead, Muggs. Go ahead,
Okay,
Muggs.
so part of like my astonishment, and if you follow Gil, it's what is it on Instagram?
It's
Gil?
Dr. Gil, DRGIL.
Be
Doctor-
private though.
Oh, I turned it public for the audience here
Beautiful.
if they want to see.
Dr. Gil. I mean, the other day, like I said, he was eating cotton candy foie gras. I mean, some of the dishes you put on this thing are nuts. I love the food pictures.
Thank you.
But then I see these pictures of like two smoking hot like Norwegian blonde chicks flying in from Norway to hang out
German.
with. Oh,
Those
German.
are Dutch. Sorry, Dutch.
It's all the same thing. Aryan, right?
Wow, Muggs.
Blonde hair, blue eyes. Which, by the way, is not the real Aryan.
Okay,
No.
tangent. Go ahead.
But we'll get to that later on.
No, we won't.
Okay. But I see this stuff and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. How is that? Like, how many people do you know that are having Dutch girls fly out and hang out with you?
Quite often.
What?
A lot of people. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's Russians, all the same.
Okay.
But, Gil, which countries have the most beautiful women, and which countries have you had the most luck in?
First part, Ukraine and Russia, I would say.
I believe that. Mila Kunis.
Yeah,
right?
Mila Kunis is like an average, mediocre girl in Ukraine. If she was put in
My
Ukraine,
blood. It's my blood right there.
No offense to Mila Kunis fans.
No, I'm just saying she's a pretty lady, and
She's
you're saying
cute.
she's mediocre.
She's average.
She's
I would
average.
say.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Kiev, Ukraine, and Moscow, and St. Petersburg, Russia. Like, it's just a land of models, like everywhere around. Guys don't even gawk at the girls because
So
they're
normal.
unlimited, and there's always a hot girl behind that hot girl. No one like checks out girls' butts or anything like that, and the guys just don't care because they're just flooded, surrounded everywhere by amazingly beautiful women.
They're like-
naturally beautiful too.
They're checking out the ugly girls that walk by. They're like, oh, yeah. Oh.
They're like, move, woman. You're too attractive. You.
I'm sorry. No
Babushka.
girl is ugly.
That's true, Mike's. Yeah, so Russian, Ukraine. But where have you had the best luck?
By luck, what do you mean luck?
Sex, Gil.
friends?
Sex with women. Where have you had the best
I'm
abroad?
I plead the fifth. I'm a virgin still. I just make friends. I just have friends around the world.
Beautiful.
But I've made a lot of friends.
Totally platonic.
So where
I
have
love
you
it.
made the most
I've made
friends
a lot
then?
of friends.
Totally platonic. It's great.
Let's see. I went to Colombia recently. Made some friends there. I made some friends in Russia. Paris is a friendly place. Very
Holland,
romantic.
obviously.
Holland.
I mean,
Just friends. Just friends.
Dutch girls?
They're just friends. Just friends. Yeah.
You didn't get to do a Dutch rudder with the Dutch girls?
What's a Dutch rudder?
Dutch oven.
Dutch oven?
I would do a Dutch oven.
Dutch rudder is actually it would involve two guys and one girl, I think. Actually, no, it would involve two guys. So never mind. Anyway,
Did you do a Dutch rudder? I don't know what that is, but did you do that?
I don't think so.
in Thailand he did.
Yeah. So, where's next for Dr. Gil? What's still on your bucket list then? Because I mean, you mentioned that you want to do the Uzbekistans and
Yeah.
and
I
all
was
this,
supposed to.
Kazakhstans and
I was gonna do like the former USSR, like Baltic states, like
I don't
Estonia,
think you're gonna go there
Lithuania.
anytime soon, right?
Well, like Estonia, Lithuania, Belarus, Latvia, but then COVID hit, and so that changed my plans. And but yeah, I still plan to do that. I'm actually planning to go to France at the end of this month with some friends.
Yeah.
And
You've been to France before.
yeah, a couple times, luckily, and this will be a different part of France that I'll be going to. So
Nice.
I haven't been to like some popular ones like Greece that a lot of people have
Nothing for
been.
Nice? Oh,
What-
okay.
I haven't been to the Amalfi
Calm down,
Coast.
you're trying to flex your France knowledge, dude.
Well, no, because it's spelled like nice. So fuck, never mind. I'm sorry.
Nice is nice. Yes, it is.
Thank you, fucking Gil. 10 minutes later.
Saint Tropez is a nice party
Ooh.
place. Monaco is
Saint-Tropez.
near there.
Ooh, have you ever been on a yacht? Dave has.
Not the big one I heard that he went on.
Yeah.
Just like small boats.
Okay, so you travel a lot. Do you have any tips? Like, are you just balling and you just go all out, or do you like travel smart? Do you have any tips to how people can travel to all these stories these countries for like a reasonable price, or is there certain things you do that help save, or you just buy direct and you say fucking and just get the cash gun and like throw it at your vacations?
I think you before COVID, there were a lot of low cost airlines and like budget airlines, budget hotels, and it was much easier to travel on a lower budget. But with COVID now, with travel, like airlines are so expensive, gas is so expensive right now. It's definitely much harder, but you don't have to live large when you travel. I usually travel pretty modest, and I don't stay at 5-star hotels or whatever. you just gotta get.
Not according to your Instagram.
Well,
I saw that.
Well, lately I've been lucky, and I've
look,
saved my
man.
money. I'm older than I was 10 years ago.
You work hard. You deserve it.
You gotta it's.
But I was saying, what tips can like people maybe use?
Well, if Southeast Asia, everything there is like really cheap. The food is great. The food is cheap. Hotels or hostels or wherever you stay is like really cheap. You just gotta save up for that airfare, and
It really is airfare, right?
Yeah. Once you get there, everything else is like super cheap.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to go to like an Asian country where like you're worried that they're not gonna speak English. Like everyone's really nice, and the humans are just really nice people. And being in LA is a bubble, being in California is a bubble, being in America is a bubble. When you travel, you really get to open your horizons, and you realize like we're just ants in this big ant farm, and we're really not that different with all these other people. And it's awesome to try different foods, meet other beautiful women or men or whatever you want to meet.
Let me ask you a question, Gil, because you mentioned this earlier before we started talking. The attitude of the really hot girls in Southern California versus the attitude of the equally as hot girls in these different countries. Please explain.
Well, I'm born and raised in Santa Monica, and there's a place called the Bungalow, which is right on the beach, that has kind of a reputation for very attractive, I would say mostly Caucasian like women, like blonde women,
Right.
but maybe not the most friendly for
Man,
different
Gil
reasons.
hates white people.
No, he doesn't.
And as an Asian male, I don't think with Hollywood portraying. Well, recently we've got a little bit better with like Shang-Chi and whatever Crazy Rich Asians. Now we have a little bit more
Henry
street cred
Goldie.
maybe, but there's a lot of bad stereotypes for like The Hangover and being nerdy and etc. That I think that brainwashes a lot of girls, especially in LA, to think Asian guys aren't they're not strong, they're not like wanted, they're not like Latin lovers or super desirable. But in other countries, it's interesting, like Russia with these beautiful blonde, blue-eyed or brunettes. They really like Asian men and Chinese men. China's right next to Russia, and they have that stereotype of being kind of nerdy and smart and working hard is exactly what they want.
Yeah.
And we have this kind of elevated status, which is really kind of unusual to go there and feel a different way. Other people feel different about you and kind of stereotype you in a positive way. So it's really nice to just leave again this bubble of Los Angeles and I just want a level playing field. But it's hard here sometimes where people, I just don't like Asian guys. I like it's just a thing where
my friend, you are racist. Well, have a great night, and here's $10 for the Tito's vodka or whatever you ordered.
You interrupted his story.
No, I think he was done.
Oh,
Were you done?
pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, sure. I lost my train of thought either way, so it's fine.
Well,
We're done now.
that explains it. It's crazy. It's insane. Like, I mean, I just it's look. I'll tell you what. I think you just need to move to Russia.
Well,
or you could just go on the interwebs and get a Russian bride to come here. Right?
Mail order.
a lot of those are scams, but that's a thing. The Odessa, Ukraine girls
Yeah.
mail are really beautiful.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. That's my heritage right there, and I it's something about those Russian.
Talking about it's your heritage.
Dude, my great grandmother's from Odessa, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
The
a
EDM
quick, do you want
group?
to hear a quick story about Odessa?
Stupid.
So I've been there twice. The first time I went there, I matched on Tinder. I had a Tinder date, and
Whoa, hold on.
So
Hold on,
you
hold on,
set
hold
your
on.
Tinder profile to like thousands of miles away?
you can do that if you have like Tinder Plus. But I was there and I matched with a local Tinder girl there.
Gotcha.
I don't think it was ahead of time, but you can do that.
Do you Tinder everywhere you go?
If I'm single, yes, and sometimes you meet someone, just a nice friend, and they can be a tour guide, maybe more.
It makes
depends if
sense
you have
though.
chemistry.
Like you're right. Like
Uh-huh.
it's a good plan. If you're on the app, you're like, hey, I'm in town.
I've heard of girls Tindering and not having like a hotel that night, and just Tindering to find a place to stay. I've heard.
Wait, Steve used to had a phrase for that. Was it like Tinder surfing or something like that, where he just needed it for the night, so he would go hook up with girls? Or
Yeah, I don't know the term, but that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So you turn on your Tinder.
Yeah. So I matched with this one girl, and I wanted to try like a restaurant because I like to eat and I look for a nice restaurant, nothing too crazy expensive. So and I match with a few things, and you try to like sometimes girls flake on your date, so sometimes you want to stack like the dates kind of like in a row just in case. So anyway, I meet this girl. She's cute. I think she's like 25, blonde, and she has a friend next to her, and I'm like, oh, hi. She's like, oh, my friend's with me. Like, is that okay? I'm like, sure, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to try this place. Actually looked on TripAdvisor. It was like a cheap eat there, and I was excited to try this restaurant. And the girl's like, no. There's a much better restaurant over here. And I was like, no, it's okay. I have this restaurant. It looks good. I want to go here. She's like, let's go look at this one. This one's like actually way better. Okay, so we walk over there.
Uh-oh.
And then they bring out this like English menu, which this is a pro tip. The English menu for the tourists is not a good thing, and the prices are like crazy expensive for Ukraine, which is like a very poor country. And I'm like, oh, this seems like a big scam. And I'm like, I'm just gonna. I think I want to go eat this other restaurant, but I'm happy to pay for both of you if you want to come. And like, no. I'm like, you rather just not eat anything than come with me? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like, wow. I was like, okay. I heard about these Odessa scams. That's fine. I literally like the Tinder match for the next one is like 15 minutes away and wants to meet for dinner. So I'm like, okay, great. I didn't like waste any time. I'm ready to see this new one. Get this dinner. I'm like starving now. It's like 9 or 10 p.m. I go. So I meet this girl. I'm like, can't wait. Okay, ready. She comes with a friend. And I'm like, no, you got to be kidding me.
It's the same.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but it might have been a better restaurant though. At least.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, and basically, as you might expect, the same thing happened. Like, oh, they're like, hey, we know a better restaurant than that one. I'm like, no. I'm going here. Whether you like it or not, you can come with me or you can stay here. And those two girls stayed there and let me be. And I went by myself. I met other tourists, had a great meal for cheap, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So
How did you hear about these scams?
Like there's travel guides that kind of talk about it.
So they would scam you into going to this restaurant and what, like to rob you or?
No, just so you overspend.
Oh.
And actually in Russia,
the restaurant's probably like
they kick back to the girls. Gotcha. And there's one,
It's like limo drivers in Vegas. Bring them to the strip clubs here.
Yeah, there's so many different scams, all different sorts in different countries. But in St. Petersburg in Russia, the girl tries to take you to this like karaoke place, and like the bottles of alcohol are like crazy expensive. I remember I met a girl on a bridge, two girls on a bridge, and I was like there on a Tuesday, and I was like just trying to like have a drink. And they're like, oh, so we went to like a diner, had some food and drinks, like kind of cheap. But then they're like, oh, let's go sing at a karaoke place. I'm like, okay, cool. And like leading to this really dark place, and like, oh, our friend's there. She works here. It's really good right there. And it was like insanely expensive for the country. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're trying to scam me again. I felt really like kind of violated. Like they're trying to take advantage of me. I was like just a nice guy and just like wanted to hang out. And so you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You
gotta update your Tinder profile to say, only will go on date with one girl, and it's the restaurant of my choice. No room for negotiation. Star.
Dude, but here's the difference between a smart traveler, Dr. Gill, and a dumb traveler, me. I'll just go to a place and be like, all right, now what? I never plan anything. We just show up and go like, all right, what's cool now?
But then when you see the menu prices, that's when it clues you in. Like, they're just trying to take advantage of you.
That's a good tip.
Yeah, but you even had I mean, obviously I go with my partner and I wouldn't go on Tinder, but you have the wherewithal to identify the fact that these two girls, that's a scam.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you go around and a girl like looks at you and like flirts with, at least flirts with me, it's like a scam. They're like,
oh, come on.
Yeah, that's how it is usually. So, I mean, when I'm traveling international alone, I have to watch myself. So I'm more cautious. If I'm with like a group of friends, that's actually when I let my guard down and get in trouble because I'm like, I'm with friends and I can trust them. But when I'm by myself, I have to watch myself. So
yeah.
Are you wanted in any countries that you've gone to that you can't go back to? No. Because you murdered a Tinder date or something.
Once this podcast airs, I don't know. I might get banned from a few.
Well, there you go. Janksta's helpful tips on how not to get scammed in other countries. If they try to bring you to a restaurant with insanely crazy prices and the menu is in English, beware.
Beware. Well, man, that's just talking about your travels is exhausting.
I know. I'm jet lagged.
Yeah. But not only is this guy a master traveler, his palate is like no other.
I know. It's pretty cool.
The shit I see this guy eating.
I know. It's
is
gnarly,
amazing.
Gil. And you say you find them for relatively cheap prices. I mean, I don't know. How much does cotton candy foie gras go for?
Luckily, that was treated by my very generous friend.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you didn't have to worry about the bill that night. But
No.
normally,
I ate bugs recently, right? That was pretty cheap. And
that's where I was gonna go. Like in your travels, what's the weirdest thing you've ate? The nastiest thing you ate, and the best thing you ate.
Oh, well, I went to Vietnam. I think in like 2008, and Anthony Bourdain had eaten this Cobra heart, and then Andrew Zimmern on the Travel Channel had like picked up with chopsticks, chewed the beating Cobra heart. So
The
I was
beating Cobra heart.
yeah. So I was
Did they just take it out of the Cobra?
So you go to Snake Village and you pick out your Cobra. Me and my friend picked out a Cobra. It was like $20 each, and they make like a 7-course fine dining meal with each part of the Cobra. They chop its head off. They pluck out the raw beating Cobra heart. They put it on a glass and on a dish, and you can see it beating and it's bloody. They take the gallbladder out, and then they pop the gallbladder, mix the bile into vodka, and then they give it to the man because it's good for the man. So I swallowed the beating Cobra heart in the vodka and recorded on video, and then and the bile with the vodka too, and I posted on Facebook, which was just starting like in 2008, kind of.
Yeah.
And so my family and friends got this like crazy reaction, right? And I was like, oh wow, this is like the point of social media, like. People are kind of entertained by this. So it kind of propelled me. So when I would travel to eat more weird things. So I went to Philippines and had like the duck fetus egg called balut. That's popular. You can get them here in LA.
Yeah, I've heard of balut. Yeah.
I went to Morocco and had this calf brain, which I was a little bit scared because you can get like some certain brain diseases from brain potentially. I ate that. And then
calf like veal brain or
calf, like a small calf.
So it's like after veal.
Well, veal is like when
big...
they have to massage it and like do bad things to the cow, right?
Yeah.
It was just a young cow, cow.
Because I mean, right now you could get brain in Mexican food, like it's like
So
like
maybe it's not that crazy for you.
Tacos.
For me,
yeah,
like being in Morocco and like trying this like brain, it was pretty crazy to me. And then yes, I went to Cambodia. I want to say like 4 years ago, and this little like 10-year-old kid is selling like all these different bugs and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm here. It'll make it. Do it for the gram. I'm like, okay. I know I'm scared of bugs. I hate bugs, but this will be really good video. And like my family and friends will just totally freak out. And so I eat like a larva and then like a frog, and I accidentally like decapitate the frog's head by accident. And there's like a snake.
How do you accidentally decapitate a frog's head?
I was trying to like chew it, and then like the head broke off. The rest of the body.
Is it alive?
No, it's all like kind of like I think flash fried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they're like and put an MSG on it, so it actually tastes
if
like
it was live.
Oh yeah. No, see, I'm not that brave.
Yeah. That would be insanity.
Yeah. Then there's like a big like black scorpion that's pretty big, and that's actually pretty tasty. It's like kind of like chips, really light. And then for the end of the video, I thought this was gonna be good. It was a big tarantula, and you can see like the head and then like the arms like sticking out of my mouth as it goes in. It's a pretty cool, I think, one of the best videos of like petrifying a lot of my friends and family. But it was awesome. And then I happened to be in Thailand. They sell all these bugs again too. So that's when I got a bunch of different bugs and just ate them one after the other and ate a bunch of larvae at once. And so that's how I kind of I guess became I've always loved food. Asian people just like love food. Being Chinese, we eat like duck feet growing up and all kinds of weird stuff. So you just appreciate food from all different countries. And hopefully I answered your question.
I mean, was any of it good? Like, or did you just eat it because you were saying you were doing it for the gram?
Like, all the bugs were actually pretty good.
What do they taste like? Chicken?
The frog legs actually taste like chicken.
What do the bugs taste like?
The bugs kind of taste like chips, or they're a little bit nutty, like a.
Mugs, didn't you remember when who came by? They brought the bug Yeah, they
Yeah.
brought crickets and the worm quesadillas and stuff
I
like
never
that.
had the worm quesadilla. I had the cricket chocolate bar.
Yeah,
And I remember I don't know, it was kind of nutty, but it tasted like crickets.
because it's the future. I mean, they serve crickets and now Mexican tacos where they flavor them and stuff like that, and it's not bad. But like, have you? Because I think I'm a pretty like adventurous person when it comes to food as well, and I'm down to try everything once. So far, the worst thing that I ever tasted was uni, and I think it's one of the grossest thing in the world.
Uni is awesome.
I
Acquired taste. I didn't like it in the beginning. Now I love it.
Yeah,
I got to tell you guys something. First of all, Asian cuisine is one of my favorite. And
Hell yeah.
Japanese.
shout out Panda Express. What's up?
I love Panda.
Yeah,
Top of my list. Come on, dude. Pickup sticks is better than Panda.
not even close.
But the
Yeah.
top of my list, Japanese food is the best.
Sushi
Raw
is the best,
fish,
yes.
sushi.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
But because there's one thing that I think I will never ever try, and I always see this in like Survivor or Amazing Race, the challenge, all these fucking these eating challenges. Like they're eating goat's head, and I'm like, I could do that too. I'll try that. Fish guts, testicles,
Intestines.
everything. Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
I've had intestines.
Yeah, intestines are fine.
Good. They're
Yeah.
good.
It's the grub.
Yeah. Well, when
The
they're
grub is the one thing
Timon and Pumbaa love that.
that I cannot.
when it's
I
like
don't think I could
with
do it.
live
Yes,
and
live
moving,
ones.
and then you see it squish and all the juice comes out.
Exactly.
Disgusting. What
Yeah.
would that taste like?
I don't know. Everyone who eats it doesn't. They don't have a great reaction to it.
Right? I'm not sure I could do it too. I'd probably have to have a few drinks to like do it. I've only eaten dead bugs, so I haven't graduated live bugs. Maybe one day. I'll never say never. Hopefully I have the balls to do it, but I'm not sure. It's that looks pretty freaky.
Have
to
you
me.
ever ate a live animal?
Ate a live animal?
'Cause I know in Korea they have like the live octopus.
Oh, I've had the live octopus in Koreatown here. Yeah.
They have it here.
Oh yeah. They cut up right there. It's still moving. The tentacles stick to your palate, and
Nope.
like some
What?
people can
They-
choke on it.
where?
They say.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Where in Koreatown?
You can use Yelp and find it. Yeah, it's popular.
I'm good.
But it doesn't
on
have any
that.
actual natural flavor. You have to dip in some soy sauce to get some taste. It's more for the experience of it sucking. Like you can feel the tentacle like sucking to your.
I don't
inside
want
your
that.
mouth.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
So
So
octopuses are great. My octopus teacher, they respect the octopus. Yeah, sorry.
they're aliens.
They're like really smart. They're like super smart.
They're aliens, and that guy totally fucked the octopus. But no. But I ate a live shrimp. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
It tasted just like a shrimp, like a cooked shrimp. So
Interesting.
nice. Where would you recommend to find good eats here in Los Angeles, or what cities can you recommend that have good, affordable, like street food or like good restaurants or?
The best street food I think is Southeast Asia, like Thailand, Cambodia. You can get like a meal for $1.50, and it's awesome. LA has so many different like pockets. The good part about all these different pockets is the food is really authentic, really good. I mean, I don't know if you've been to Brothers Cousins. My taco stand, which is kind of in my neighborhood-ish, is I think one of the best Mexican taco stands. Koreatown has great food. We have the largest Korean population outside of Korea in LA. So Korean barbecue, you got to take advantage
My
of
people
that.
right there. Seriously.
Thai
know.
town,
Did you know,
Filipino
Gil?
town. What was that?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
that's my heritage right there.
You grew up in Koreatown?
No. My dad on his 23andMe came back as 2% Korean.
Awesome.
So I thought about when I found that out, like really immersing myself and getting in touch with my Korean side.
Well, KCON is coming up, dude. You
Yeah,
go
dude.
get in touch
BTS?
with your.
Do you like BTS?
I love BTS. I actually walked by the K-pop store at the Glendale Galleria today, and I thought about walking in.
You're going to put like guy liner on and do,
Oh, yeah.
do your hair, get a perm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
show
by the
totally.
way, I was gonna say that, dude. How come BTS hasn't put a positive influence on?
Oh, they
Asian
have.
American
Oh, they
men?
have.
They
Big
help.
time.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't
was
wanna-
just gonna say, go to a BTS show, Gil. You
I don't
slay there,
wanna-
even though you're not Korean.
Oh,
You're Chinese,
well,
but you're
just
Asian.
I'm close enough that there's a lot of Hispanic girls that happen to like BTS. And I
Yeah.
think because of like BTS, they've maybe liked me a little
Love
bit.
it.
So
Use what you got, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Use what you got.
BTS. But yeah, so I haven't immersed myself in the Korean culture yet, and I just hope it's South Korea.
do you like soju?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Oh,
You
God,
gotta come. You gotta come with me and my friends to Craytown. We
dude.
Yeah.
You gotta hang out with Gilmore, Muggs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
With soju and beer.
Muggs, you gotta hang out with Gilmore.
No, dude.
Maybe you won't be as
Beer's too
depressed
popular.
if you hang out with
No, I will-
with Dr. Gill
I
here.
definitely know I will not be as depressed if I hang out with Gil. Gil will cheer me right up. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, listen, we've been talking to Gil for almost 50 minutes
He's
now.
the most interesting man.
I know he's the most interesting.
I mean, we haven't even touched on stuff.
we haven't even touched on doctor stuff.
Doctor stuff. Okay, let's try to do it quick here. Gil is a doctor. Gil, what are you a doctor of?
I'm a general family doctor, board certified in family medicine. So I've been trained to deliver babies, see kids, see adults, see older adults. But
Dr.
Yeah.
Gil came into the K-Rock studio once to clean my
Yes.
and Kevin's ear out, and you pulled out something black and nasty from my ear and something from Kevin's ear.
Kevin, he pulled out a boulder.
Yeah,
it was
nuts.
It was like
Kevin's ear hadn't been cleaned for like the 30 years he
like
was on the radio.
I love Kev Dog, but I don't know if it's the speakers or what, dude.
Yeah, the
he
headphones,
just
yeah.
does not believe in ear care or
But
something.
the craziest thing that we just found out off air here was that Gil, you were the doctor to the San Fernando Valley chapter of All Porn Stars at one point.
that is correct.
What was
does-
that like?
No, first of all, what does that even fucking
What do
mean?
you mean? What does it mean? He has to check out all the STDs on these motherfuckers.
Is that
That
true?
is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, so back in the day, this was kind of like DVD porn. This is before internet porn.
This is when porn was like making
yeah,
money.
This is Boogie Night style,
There were like
right?
red carpet premieres and
This was 1999, 1990s, early 2000s porn. Jenna Jameson was like Tara Patrick, all that. Yeah.
so
Did you get to check them out?
the patient
can't tell.
privacy,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So the porn
Good
industry they self-regulated themselves by having an STD clinic in Sherman Oaks near the In and Out on Van Nuys and like Ventura.
Sweet, go get a double. see if you have some.
You get a
syphilis,
double and a clap clap.
You know. Yeah.
And I was the head doctor there, and so if basically all the performers needed to get an HIV gonorrhea chlamydia test every 30 days, and the sets would call our clinic, and if they were negative, they could proceed and film. If the girls or guys had any medical issues, if the girls needed a pap smear, but the most common actually complaint was girls having vaginal discharge. So that was the most common bread and butter, pun intended, thing that I saw. Hey, thank you. I'll be here all podcast.
Wow.
So I would examine them, treat them, and the guys would need Viagra. I would freeze genital warts. I would prescribe medicines, and it could be cough and colds too. But it was a lot of genital related type stuff.
Awesome.
Is
Is that a wheeze? Do you have a wheeze? Go see Dr. Gill.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have paid as a heterosexual male and grew up in America. It was like a dream job, to be honest with you. They were like, there were very famous people that I recognized. There were, girls next door that were trying to break into the industry, the whole spectrum. And, but when I saw them, I shut off that side of my brain. Very professional. I don't, want them to feel taken advantage of. I wasn't, about that. But when I think about it now, like there was just so many attractive people, and you can't help it. A guy is still a guy. When you see a beautiful woman, it's like, and these girls would just immediately just get undressed without like waiting. And normally in med school, you have like a
You're like,
chaperone in
man,
the
this is an
room.
ear exam. Like, you
have
might have vertigo. You can put your clothes back on.
Yeah, they were just very,
Was there anyone who came in and you're like, I'm going to Google her right after?
no comment.
Okay, what was, I mean, because look, porn stars, there's top tier, there's lower tier. What was like the worst thing? Like, is there something where
I have a story.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
perfect.
And
Go
this
for
is
it.
this actually was not a performer. It was what we would call a civilian. So she had discharge, and this time I did have my assistant, which was this like really petite Japanese girl, young and had a strong accent. I just needed her to stand in the corner and be my assistant while I did an exam, and so she's lying back, called the lithotomy position. Her legs are up in the footrests, formerly called stirrups. And I'm putting the speculum in, which is the duckbill instrument, to look inside the vagina. And all this green, thick discharge just starts pouring out. And I had the drawer of the
Who's
table
hungry?
open for my instruments, and it drips into the
No.
drawer. So I look at my coworker, the Japanese girl, and we make eye contact like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's just like coming out. And I didn't know what it was at the time. Yes.
That was my
Dave?
question.
Sure.
Like, did you know, like, you're like, oh, this is pus from a sore in the inside or a cyst or
No
a
idea.
ruptured cyst? Oh, wow.
I didn't know what it was. I'd never seen anything like that before. And so I collect cultures, and like we're really busy at this time. So, I just we had to change the room over, get the next patient in. And so now I'm seeing the next patient, and same deal. Kind of they're up in the position. I open the drawer with my bare hands. I put my bare hand into the drawer, and I forgot it was in there. And I touched all that stuff, and I started freaking out. I was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" And you know what? All the cultures came back. It was just a typical yeast infection, but I don't know why it was like green, like Yoda green, and there was like just so much like just coming out. I'd never seen anything like that.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How about for males? Like, I'm sure males, like, there has to be some weird shit on people's dicks, like.
I saw
Or like saggy balls, or one ball was like lower than
I have
like
one,
to the knee.
Well, yeah, I've seen all shapes and sizes and all different ethnicities, but what really stands out for a guy is there's this like 75-year-old guy, like a really old guy in like a jumpsuit and like a one piece that kind of jumpsuit, kind of like a maybe like a Top Gun type of like Air Force suit or something, and he's talking about something about his penis or whatever, and all of a sudden, just like again without warning, he just drops completely, and this whole jumpsuit falls off, and he's completely naked, this old guy. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I didn't like ask him to undress yet. There was like no reason to do it yet, and it was just really freaky. He was just
Like,
a really
sir, we
weird
haven't
dude.
ordered our animal fries yet. We're in and out.
This is the Flying Dutchman. You ordered it.
I do have a quick educational piece for all the listeners. Is the girls would come off the set, and what if they didn't have? If they were on their period, how do they work? So this is interesting. We used to sell these like sea sponges, like a real sea sponge you get out of the ocean, and you're supposed to boil it in water, let it cool off, and you actually put it inside the vagina to soak up blood so they could still work and have scenes.
So like a natural tampon.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But girls wouldn't have that. So what they would do is they would use their makeup like square makeup sponges, and just start like putting one after the other inside. And then once they're done with their scene, they can't get it out. So they would come straight off the set to me to get out all these like makeup sponges. And this is a pretty common occurrence. And I'd take what's called a ring forceps, and I'd just like go in, take out. Oh, and on that note, like longest tampon left in, not knowing. There's a very famous porn star at that time, and she had left it in for 14 days, not knowing it was in there.
Oh.
She was just self-medicating with antibiotics that she got somehow. And she just thought she was having like a yeast infection or something called bacterial vaginosis. And I was like, wait, I was looking inside. I was like, wait, there's something stuck in the corner. And I pulled this tampon out. She didn't know it was in there. And I guess they lose things. They put so much inside. They lose track. And it like stunk up the whole clinic, through the doors, everywhere. We had to like take it out to the alley and just like, I think, set on fire or something. It was really bad.
Oh my God.
Wow. Well. Oh. Okay.
Oh boy.
How long did you do that for, Gil?
Like 4.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You must have endless stories.
Some. It was actually because internet porn was starting to take off, so DVD porn was dying off, and the clinic was not very busy at all. So there wasn't a lot of volume, but I have some stories here. There are some pocket stories, good for a cocktail party,
Thank God you're
or a podcast.
family practice now. I mean, that is wow. That is insane.
All right. Well, I think on that stinky note, we'll say goodbye to Gil.
We're saying goodbye to Gil. I mean, I feel like I have so much more to talk about. With
Bring
Gil.
me back again. I'm
Maybe
happy
we'll have him on
to
another
I'm happy to
time.
do another
Have to,
one.
man.
If
I don't know.
people want
Maybe
it.
the Janksters will hate all of this and be like, "Fuck that
No.
guy! I never want to hear from him
Gil
again."
is awesome.
Yeah,
Gil
but
is
Gil,
awesome.
man, it's been a minute. Thank you for having us over, and
Thank you.
thanks for talking to us and giving us your wisdom and telling us your stories and being open.
Gil, I don't know if I will be ever able to visit or speak, actually. Visit as many countries as you have, but that is quite astonishing. I really enjoyed all your souvenirs from, he has something from Chernobyl.
Yes, their nipple.
Thank you, Gil.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Jankstas, we hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next week.
Squish.
Squish.
Squish.